Good evening, my name is Garrett and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from High West. This is their Bourye blend of straight whiskeys coming in at a 46% ABV, at least 10 years old. Now, I'll be honest, I love High West. As you can see, I have many of their bottles down over here and even more stuck around somewhere in this room. I'm also very critical of High West because I feel like in a more recent time, they've kind of lost their way. Their double rye picks are top tier, S tier bottles. And several of their changes and just altering of their blends and their bottlings, and while still asking for high prices, it's just gotten under my skin a little bit. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. However, this bottle showed up here in Indiana and I didn't know it was even here. And I found it at one store and passed on it. And then lo and behold, the whiskey god said, Garrett, you need to pick this one up and put it at another store for a good amount cheaper. So this is their relaunching of the Bourye blend, which is a blend of bourbon and rye. Now, doing a bit of research, we actually know at least what's going into their blends, not necessarily the percentages. So strap in, let's get this going. This contains a blend of bourbon and rye, as we know, 95% rye, 5% malted barley coming from MGP, 80% rye, 20% malted rye from High West, so their own distillate, 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% malted barley coming from MGP, 60% corn, 36 rye, 4% malted barley from MGP, and then 78 corn, 10 rye, and 12 malted barley from Kentucky. All that's non-chill filtered, and they're keeping a 10-year age statement on this. Now, I'll be honest with you, at first I didn't see the 10-year age statement. I really wish it was on the front of the bottle, and that's honestly why I passed on it the first time, because I thought it was unage stated, and I was really going to rip them. But it's located on the back of the bottle, which is good to know. So, with all that great information, I'm going in here. I'm hoping for good. I'm bracing myself for not, but let's see how High West brings back the Bourye. I will always give credit to these bottles. I love them. Never change these. These are weighty. I love the bubbles. The imperfections in the bottle itself are just gorgeously done. I know it's marketing at its finest, but what can I say? So, as always, make sure you like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Hang around for a bit. Become a member if you'd like. If you're interested in some other reviews that I've done over High West, links to those videos will be up above and down below for you to check out. Now, again, I am a fan of them. I love their picks. I hope that they're relaunching those. I don't know if places are just finally getting some of them or what, but I'm actually seeing a few places kind of drop them on shelves here in Indiana. Either that or they're clearing out back shelves. I don't know which. I mean, that is a gorgeous dark honeycomb color. Beautiful in the glass, I'll be honest. Very pretty in there. Alrighty, let's go for notes. Wow, that is packing the nose all right. Sweet grains. You get that spicy rye. Fruitiness galore. Apples, pears, maybe even mango in here. Like, you are getting the biggest fruit melody I have ever had on the nose. There's also like a bubblegum note. There is definitely like a bubblegum note, like a big chew or Hubba Bubba bubblegum. That's what it is. There's some nice honey sweetness in there. You're getting a little bit of the barley. You're getting that bit of corn dusty sweet notes in there as well. I really like that nose. I mean, it is definitely, you're getting both the sides of that blend. You're getting that punchy herbal rye grains, spiciness, and even a bit of floral. And then you're getting the bourbon side of things, bringing across that oak, the vanilla, the caramels, your classics. But then you're finding the more tannin, the wood sugars, and that deep fruitiness in there. And the only thing I can guess is it's the blend of the two bringing across apricots, pears, peaches. Slight bit of nuttiness in there, almost like toasted almonds. Just a little bit of that going on. I'm going to assume that's probably from the Kentucky side of things. But beautiful spiciness, oakiness. The oak is teetering a couple different directions as well. You're getting the more antique furniture, that kind of older quality going on in there. But then you're also finding this kind of a cedar note as well, which is not what I was expecting. A little maple sweetness in there too. Giving you almost, my brain does a quick flash of like a Jack Daniel's maple sweetness. Just a little bit of that in there. But overall, no ABV, nothing harsh, no off notes. Man, I like that nose a lot. If you like a fruitier whiskey, this is what you want. And I got to give that credit already on the nose. I'm really hoping it transitions into the palate. Let's find out. Pretty solid. Greeted right away with that kind of oaky vanilla caramel, changing into almost pie filling, like that fruitiness was. It's like a turnover, apple turnover with a little bit of icing drizzled over the top. Decent spiciness in there. The rye characteristics are really shining through. It's spicy, it's herbal, dash medicinal. Definitely the floral rye is showing through as well. Touch of green grassy in there. Finish leaves you kind of hanging a bit. It kind of drops off fairly quickly, but just leaves you with a little bit of like that cedar note and just a light bit of pepperiness on the palate. It's pretty solid. Yeah. Okay, second sip here. More fruitiness. Rich fruits, almost like fruit glaze. Like it's got the fruit jam in there. Like, you know, you dump out your fruit. It's got covered all in the jamminess. I don't even know what that's called, but it's got jammy to it. But a beautiful, fruity, spicy characteristic. The vanilla that I was picking up at the beginning of the sip is also given across a bit of like a creme brulee. Torch top on there. Nice crack on it, on the surface. Nice and creamy underneath. Yeah, the only real criticism I have on this one is the finish. It's a little lacking. Finding a little more character on there. Getting a little bit of fruitiness mixed in there with that bit of cedar note and that bit of pepperiness on there. But this fruit, it's almost coming across like diced peaches. Like, again, kind of fruit melody, fruit cup kind of peaches going on. Yeah, I like it. I mean, that's a really solid sip. Keeping that a 10-year mark on there really hones this one in. Now, I never got to try the original release. That was before my time. But I have to be honest, it's a really good bourbon rye blend. I know that's kind of a big thing right now, doing Bourye's between Redwood Empire, Knob Creek, and a few others out there. But that's really solid. I like that a lot. Alrighty. Well, paint me surprised. Guess it's time to talk about a grade for this one. So this is where it always gets complicated of High West. And it's because there's a lot of places selling this for stupid prices. Their website has this place at $125, and there's a lot of retailers online and in store selling this for $150 to $160. My first stop I found it at was $91. My second stop, $83. At $83, yes, it's a buy. You should buy this. That's an easy buy. And to be honest, I'd say $90-ish isn't bad. I think around $100-ish, you should be doing fine. And I'm going to give it a good solid A-. It really surprised me on how good this bottle turned out. My biggest criticism is that finish. Doesn't kind of have that same cling that I'm looking for. Maybe if this was bumped up to like a 50% ABV, it would have clinged a little bit better. But nonetheless, definitely give it a try if you see it out and about. And keep your eyes peeled. Maybe High West is on their comeback journey here. So, there you have it, folks. High West Bourye blend of straight whiskeys. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirits I should go looking for, also let me know down below. Love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, may our last drink of the night be the best one.
You know, and I really like it might not.